Remember that day when you took your Mac out of its box, plugged it in, and set it up? Boy, that baby was off and running. It was uncluttered and it was fast. But now that very same Mac seems to have slowed down. And you don't think it's that old. Hi, I'm Dave Edwards. Today on Mac Moments, I share some things you can do to speed up that old Mac. If you like these kinds of videos, please subscribe and hit the like button so you won't miss any of these in the future. Plus, it'll encourage me to make more. So you don't have to buy a new Mac, even if you might want to. Your old Mac might just need a little tender, loving care. Now, the first idea I have for you is something that recently worked for me. I'd been noticing that my Mac was running slower and that one day it seemed like I couldn't even access the internet. Now, that's worse than running slow. I restarted the computer. Nothing changed. I then thought of something else. I unplugged my router for about 30 seconds, replugged it in. Boom, the light started flashing, and I was once again reconnected to the world. It's not a bad idea to reboot your router periodically. Another idea relates to the habit that some people have of turning off their computer when they're done working with it. Don't do that. Your computer does not need to be turned off. In fact, if you just let it go to sleep, close your laptop cover or just walk away from your screen, your computer can do all those little maintenance things or download software updates on its own. If you turn off your computer, it does all that stuff when you turn your computer back on. So, of course, it's going to be running slower when you want to do something because it's performing all those other tasks in the background. Speaking of maintenance, have you checked to see if you're running the latest version of the operating system and have downloaded all the updates? Sometimes all those updates will actually give your Mac a boost. Go to this Apple menu up here in the upper left-hand corner of your screen and then click About This Mac. And it will tell you everything that you are running right now. As you can see, my Mac computer is Mac OS Monterey version 12.2.2. All the technical ramifications of that Monterey program. But here's what you can do. Click on Software Update. And at that point in time, it will check to see whether or not your computer is running the latest software. And as you can see, mine is. Your Mac is up to date with 12.2.1. And it just checked. And I have this little check mark here. It automatically will keep my Mac up to date rather than relying on me to constantly update the software. Now, some people don't like to do this. Some people say, I don't want to be the first one to download an update in case there's a problem with it. I get that. I'm a little leery, for example, when Mac might roll out a version 13, let's say, because sometimes there are some bugs when they roll it out. But I have discovered that Mac does roll out fixes pretty quickly. So for me, it's an advantage to just letting the computer always keep itself up to date. Now, I will add a caution about this for you. Sometimes when your computer is running an update, and usually this will happen at night when you have this button checked, but if you are counting on yourself to download the updates, I have found that some of those updates take a really long time to run. So what you want to be careful about is that you don't go, oh yeah, I'll run that update, but I've got this really big project to work on, because it's going to delay you starting on the project that you have to work on. I mean, sometimes it might take 5, 10, 15 minutes to finish updating itself. And if you've got a urgent deadline that you're facing, this might not be the time to do it. The next thing you want to do is to uninstall any apps that you are no longer using, because they do add up. You'd be surprised sometimes at all the apps that you are running that are slowing down your computer. So here's what I suggest. Go to Finder. Click on Applications and look what's there. This is everything. This is all of the software that you are running on your computer right now. And it's good to periodically take a look at this because you'll find some interesting things. Well, like for example, I'm just looking at this right now. Um, if you notice, I was running Firefox, and then Firefox, I downloaded a second version of Firefox in 2018, and then I updated it, or it updated itself in February of 2022. Well, I don't really need this then, and I should probably delete it. I can go through this and do the exact same thing here. Grammarly, a program that I use quite extensively, I downloaded in June of 2021, but I also had another version that I had downloaded in February. So there's two versions of Grammarly, and I can probably delete one of these. So I would recommend periodically taking a look at what you have in your applications folder and maybe do a little spring cleaning no matter what time of the year it is. Now, another thing you can do is to check out which of these apps is using a lot of brain power or CPU of your computer. To do that, click on About This Mac, and then it's going to open this window. We just saw this window a little while ago, but now you can check on a number of other things, including storage. How much storage do you have on your computer? Another thing you want to look at is how is your computer's memory being used? Go back up to that magnifying glass in the very top right of your computer and open up the Spotlight search. In the search box right here, type Activity Monitor. And once you have given it a second or two to work, it will show everything that your computer is running right now. The most important column is to take a look at the percentage of CPU that is used. And as you can see, it just sorts it from most to least. Um, you're going to see a lot of things that you don't recognize. Don't worry about those things because, as you can see, those are those little small little programs that run to, quite frankly, keep your computer up and running. But take a look at the things that are running in the background that you might not need right now. You'll also notice, by the way, that these things keep updating because various programs run at various different times. So it's you got to watch it for a little while and see what things will rise to the top. One of the things that I've noticed right now is that Zoom is not consuming a lot, but it's consuming a fair amount of CPU. And by the way, I'm not using Zoom right now. So that's a little bit concerning. So I might want to look into that. And then most of these other things, as you see, aren't really uh, uh, working very hard in the background. So looking at this, I would say I don't have any major problem. But sometimes when you download software, you'll also find that they might download some extra little things that might suddenly appear on this. And so you might want to periodically take a look at what's running in the background. Now, the next idea is one that really helped me speed up my Mac. It turned out so much stuff was running in the background. Well, no wonder my computer was running slow. Here's what I did and what you might want to do as well. Go to System Preferences. Now go to Users and Groups. And you will see what is running when I automatically open my computer. And in this case, as you can see, it's just Dropbox. So that's not bad. But if you find a long list here, then you might have a problem and you might want to delete some of the things that are working in the background because will be sure to slow down your computer. The more software you have on your Mac, the slower it may run, especially on older machines. How much are you storing? Is your hard drive nearly full? Is it full? Because one thing you need to know is that full drives or nearly full drives will actually slow down your computer. Here's how you can check. Go to that Apple menu again. And then once you're there, go back to About This Mac. Click on Storage. And you can see how much of my Mac memory is being used. It'll take just a second to do this. You can see that I've got a fair amount of space on my Mac hard drive. My external hard drive, which is where I store pictures, audio files, and videos, that's filling up pretty fast, but that's okay. When that one's full, I can always buy another one. Now, as you can see, my Mac has kind of figured out how much is being used for various things. So, 78 gigabytes are being used for photographs. 74 gigabytes are documents and things that I'm actually storing from my iCloud, but I also want to have them locally as well. Uh, 51 gigabytes are for apps that are running. You can see here that documents make up just 380 gigabytes. So this is a good thing to check. How much storage does your computer have left? Another thing that you can do to speed things up is to eliminate extensions that are running in the background of your browser. Sometimes when you download free software, they're also downloading add-ons and plugins and things that cause ads to pop up on your screen. All of these things will slow things down. No matter what browser you are using, in this case I've opened up Safari, you can check to see what's running. Here, a shameless plug, of course, for my website, daveedwardsmedia.com, but this is the latest version of Safari. So now what I want to do is click Safari and then Preferences. Choose the Extensions tab, and you will see a list of all of the extensions that are currently running on this browser. And as you can see, I kind of keep this relatively clean. So I've got Evernote Web Clipper running, but that's all I have running right now on this browser. And if, by the way, you want to add more extensions, you can come to this screen and click on the More Extensions button. Finally, if you go online and seek advice on how to speed up your Mac, you're probably going to find a lot of companies trying to sell you software to do that. I'm going to urge a little caution there. Before you're tempted to buy new software and adding applications to your already sluggish Mac, try some of the tips I suggested today. Try them first and see if they will help. More Mac moments coming up. Please subscribe, hit the like button below, make my day, and when you subscribe, you'll be notified whenever we post another Mac Moments. I'm Dave Edwards. Thanks very much for joining me.